We miss all of them very much.
A tearful plea.
All we need right now is for Heidi to come home.
From David and Tammy Broussard.
She's our only daughter.
All we need right now.
And she's almost, you could just say almost magical.
Their daughter, Heidi Broussard, and granddaughter, Margot Carey, have not been seen since December 12th. This is what police believe Heidi was wearing that morning when she dropped off her older son, Silas, at Cowan Elementary School.
This case is unique in that we don't have a person of interest right now. We're exploring every avenue that we have and every possibility.
At a news conference Tuesday, police said they're getting help from the FBI's Child Abduction Response Deployment Team, as well as other local and state agencies.
Our assumption is that they're alive, and the sooner that we can find them, the better.
That's the same hope these two are holding on to.
We don't believe in anything else but Heidi coming home.
And all of her friends believe the same thing too, and all of the family.
The same family that grew just
Okay,
3
so
weeks ago.
apparently, from what I'm hearing, is Heidi has been found. It's not
A
confirmed.
baby they
I was
hope to
just
hold
woken
again
up by a
soon.
phone call. A house in Houston
Wherever she's at now,
has been
we need her
swarmed
to
by the
come.
police and FBI.
Her and Margot.
I have heard that the baby is
Police
alive.
say they are looking closely at the digital
I
footprint.
just came live as soon as I got the news. I'm trying to find out the latest here. So Harris County home swarmed by FBI APD as part of Austin woman and baby case. So it looks like we do have some breaking news. I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on. I was just woken up by this. I don't know. I've just now been woken up. I really don't know what's going on. I'm trying to find out more information as we speak. So from what I understand right now, and this is not confirmed, is that the baby is alive and Heidi is possibly deceased. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out right now. So give me just a few minutes here. Okay, so breaking news. It sounds like a Harris County home has been swarmed by the Austin Police Department.
We want them home.
So this is playing the same video, but it does say
Please
breaking
let 'em
news.
go.
Tonight, a desperate plea from the parents and grandparents of Heidi Broussard and Margot Carey. It's been 5 days since family members reported them missing. Tonight, KVU's Bryce Newberry spoke with Heidi's family, who say they're still holding out hope.
Quita, today we learned Austin police still have no persons of interest
So
in
it
this
says
case,
around
and no reason to
a
believe
dozen
Heidi
officers from the
Broussard
Texas
and Margot
Rangers,
Carey
Texas
have
Department of
been
Public
harmed.
Safety,
Heidi's
FBI, and
parents,
Austin
David
Police
and
were at the
Tammy,
scene of a
say
house
all
in
they want
northwest
is their
Harris County
daughter and granddaughter
on
to come home.
Thursday as part of the investigation in the case of Heidi
A
Broussard.
tearful plea
All we need right now is for Heidi to come home.
from David and Tammy Broussard.
She's our only daughter, and she's almost, you could just say almost magical.
Their daughter, Heidi Broussard, and granddaughter, Margot Carey, have not been seen since December 12th. This is what police believe Heidi was wearing that morning when she dropped off her older son, Silas, at Cowan.
So I'm not necessarily seeing anything that has this verified. Baby is at hospital safe and alive. ABC 13. Who is Megan? It is 12:51 a.m. where I'm at. So let me go see what ABC 13 is saying. Best friend is Megan. Okay. I'm trying to find out for you guys
Behind the traits you love about your breed are
exactly
healthy,
what's
so you don't
going on
say.
here.
Royal Canin Tailored Nutrition keeps your heart going strong.
I apologize for not being prepared.
With support the magnificence that makes them. Learn more at royalcanin.com.
A number
was
of
just woken
officers
up.
from the Texas Rangers, DPS, the FBI, and the Austin Police Department are here on scene at this house right behind me on Bojack in northwest Harris County. This is the rolling four.
Sorry, guys. Having trouble here.
Neighborhood. We have counted about 24 officers and agents here. First, waiting for what we believe was a warrant. They have been here for hours, since early this afternoon. Then around 8:15 tonight, movement. They went into the house, but seemed to be more focused on a car in the driveway in the back. Sky Eye was overhead earlier. That car, a Nissan, parked up close to the house. Again, officers from the Austin Police Department here. We, of course, are asking whether this is connected to the disappearance of Austin mother Heidi Broussard and her infant daughter. They haven't been seen since December 12th. A neighbor told us tonight that police asked her whether she remembers any movement here at that house right there on Bojack on that day, December 12th. The only official response tonight from the FBI is a vague statement. The FBI is lawfully present at the location conducting a law enforcement operation. That is all we are being told officially, but obviously a high-profile investigation going on at this home in northwest Harris County. We, of course, plan to stay on scene to see what develops.
Okay, guys. So this is. It sounds like the news is not good tonight. So I'm going to try to stay until we can get some kind of confirmation. the reports going out is that the baby is alive and Heidi is possibly deceased. I have not seen anything to confirm this, but a lot of outlets I'm looking at is reporting this. So guys, this isn't good. Like I said, I just woke up, so please bear with me. I'm trying to figure out all I can. Lock that door. My email is brianmoxley@gmail.com. This is so tragic. I'm getting messages on my phone. I'm looking at different websites, so please bear with me because I am trying to get this confirmed. Okay. So Crime Chicken Fried on YouTube. This is breaking info. Police have allegedly found a woman dead in the trunk of a car and a baby alive in a home. Registered to a Christopher Green. Christopher Green has an active baby registry with a woman named Megan Humphreys. Her Instagram below is shown with a picture, including Christopher Hurst, the man obsessed with Heidi. Many details coming in tonight on this case. What is disrespectful? Ray of Creation, you do not have to watch the channel. You can turn it off if you don't like it. I'll tell you what, I'll just take care of it for you. All right, so Ray of Creation is gone. See you, bud. If you don't like it, don't watch. I've said that for a long time. So a lot is coming out tonight. This is sad, tragic. He doesn't have to leave. I left for him. I don't know if we have any mods on tonight or not because I came on at just basically out of the blue. What did Phoebe say? I must have missed what Phoebe said. Can she say it again? Yeah, I just don't understand why people come on another channel and do that stuff. If you don't like the channel, just don't watch. It's really simple. What we're hearing tonight is, and I have not confirmed this through any news outlets, but several YouTube channels are reporting it. Is that Heidi has been found deceased in the trunk of a car, and the baby is okay at a medical center. Usually D. Clifford, a medical examiner, and coroner are usually about the same thing, usually, depending on the size of the town. Phoebe says that Megan Humphrey was the last person to text Heidi at around 8:25 the day she disappeared. If this is the case, guys, a friend of 26 years, I believe it said, a friend she grew up with, went to church with. This is just tragic, guys, tragic. Heidi was the only child to her parents. Jennifer Kajeldren, I guess that's how you pronounce your name. It'd be really hard to speculate that right now. It is a theory. I understand that. Hopefully, I'm assuming if this is all okay or confirmed, then we probably will have a news conference. I'm going to try to stay with you guys. I do have to get up and go to work tomorrow. I might take the day off. I do have some vacation time to use before the end of the year. If this is true, how the hell do people think they can get away with things like this? I have no idea. I don't know what would go through someone's mind to do something like this. Possibly mental illness. It's hard to say. I'm scouring all the websites as we speak, trying to find something to get this story confirmed. Okay, I just received an email from one of Heidi's childhood friends. I'm not going to say anyone's name. I know you want to put the fact out there, and I just wanted to let you know that Heidi's mom still doesn't know anything yet, so there is nothing that is fact yet. We are waiting on a call from Heidi's mom. Please don't say this is me or blah, blah, blah. She is with the detectives now. So Heidi's mom is with detectives now. Oh, Lordy. We'll see you later, the man above. I just don't understand. If you don't like the channel, do not watch. Let's see. I'm going to go to Twitter because it says that ABC 13 on Twitter is reporting more than what we're getting here. So that's good. Let me go to ABC 13 on Twitter. I don't have Twitter. If anybody can send me a link for the yeah, we have some what we believe to be tragic news tonight. What's being reported is that Heidi has been found deceased and that the baby is alive. Um, Heidi was not found dead. Okay, so Michelle Clifford. Well, Tracy Cole, it's like this. I can't have them disrupting the chat. I don't have any mods right now, so there's really nothing I can do about it. I'll unblock them tomorrow. The breaking news is that the FBI and the Austin Police Department has raided a home in Houston, Texas. That is for sure. That's been reported by Austin News and Houston News. Braun Moxley at gmail.com. All right, Phoebe. I'll have to go. Wait a second. I can't do it from this page, so I'm on StreamYards. I can't make anybody a mod here, and I don't know how. The only option I have is block user and put user in timeout. Yeah, I don't like blocking people either, but it's just I don't know what else to do right now. I mean, I don't understand why they come in a channel if they don't like it. That's just what I'm saying. I might be cranky because I just got woke up. I don't know. I apologize if I'm making anybody mad, but all right, Michelle, take care. See you later. Yeah, I agree, Tracy. It's not good to block, but I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get on Twitter. Apparently, ABC 13 on Twitter has an update. Okay, so this is from Kelly. Is there any way you can get me the link to ABC 13 off Twitter or anyone, please? And believe me, guys, I really don't like blocking people either. But if they come in and they're just doing nothing but disrupting and saying this is fake, I mean, I woke up. I'm just trying to get the latest news out there. So I apologize if people are getting upset because I'm blocking people. Okay, yeah, I'll just relax. Good idea.
Behind the traits you love about your breed are health needs you don't see. Royal Canin Tailored Nutrition ensures he gets the joint support he needs. With over 200 formulas, we support the magnificence that makes them, them. Learn more at royalcanin.com.
A number of officers from the Texas Rangers, DPS, the FBI, and the Austin Police Department are here on scene at this house right behind me on Bojack in Northwest Harris County. This is the Rolling Fork neighborhood. We have counted about 24 officers and agents here, first waiting for what we believe was a warrant. They have been here for hours, since early this afternoon. Then around 8:15 tonight, movement. They went into the house, but seemed to be more focused on a car in the driveway in the back. Sky Eye was overhead earlier. That car, a Nissan, parked up close to the house. Again, officers from the Austin Police Department here. We, of course, are asking whether this is connected to the disappearance of Austin mother Heidi Broussard and her infant daughter. They haven't been seen since December 12th. A neighbor told us tonight that police asked her whether she remembers any movement here at that house right there on Bojack on that day, December 12th. The only official response tonight from the FBI is a vague statement. The FBI is lawfully present at the location conducting a law enforcement operation. That is all we are being told officially, but obviously a high-profile investigation going on at this home in Northwest Harris County. We, of course, plan to stay on scene to see what develops.
So I'm going to stick with this channel.
Behind the traits you love about your breed are health needs you don't see. Royal Canin Tailored Nutrition ensures he gets the joint support he needs. With over 200 formulas.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone tonight? I came on, just got woke up, so I'm a little cranky. I apologize for that. It's just, I hate when you get woke up and to news like this, especially. It's for what I do know for sure, the mother is with detectives right now. A home in Houston has been lawfully entered by Texas Rangers, the FBI, and the Austin Police Department. The medical examiner is on the scene. This is all for sure, and that's pretty much all we know at this moment. I'm going to try my best to stay on. If it looks like we're going to have some sort of update from either Austin Police or the FBI or the Texas Rangers. But let me see if I can go to this website. If I'm not able to see your comments or super chat or anything like that, so if anything like that takes place and I don't acknowledge it or respond, please bear with me while I'm trying to find out some information here. I would like to update you on this, guys. About a couple of weeks ago, I reported on a case in Utah where the police had went to do a welfare check on an elderly woman, and they found her dead of what was believed to be natural causes. In the search of the house, they found her husband dead in the freezer, and they believe he was dead from foul play. And I see that there's an update on that case. It says, police were startled to find the body of her husband, Paul, in a chest freezer in the couple's home. That wasn't all, apparently. It looks like he had a notarized note with his body that said his wife was not responsible for his death. A notarized letter. And it says the investigators now believe Paul Mathers died a decade ago and are investigating the possibility that monthly payments from his Veteran Affairs and Social Security kept coming in after his death. The VA payments would total at least $177,000. That's just an update on the case out of Utah I reported a couple weeks ago with the man being found dead in the freezer. From my understanding, nothing is confirmed as far as Heidi being deceased. There are YouTube channels reporting that, but as far as a statement from anyone, it is nothing official. The only thing we know officially is that the Austin Police Department, the Texas Rangers, and the FBI have raided a house in Houston, Texas. Detectives are with Heidi's mother, and the medical examiner is on the scene. Now, that's things we do know. As far as these other channels reporting anything else, I don't know where they're getting their information, but I have not seen anything official. So hopefully this is just a false alarm. Hopefully, because I don't know. It's there's nothing official that I have found on any news media outlet that is confirming anything that's being reported. The only thing that I've seen that's being reported is all right, let me go see if I can find something here. Bear with me, guys. I'm going over all kinds of websites. Okay, Kelly, got you. I'm not seeing anything, guys, so Yes, Triple H, go ahead. Yeah, let's everybody just stay calm and focus on the facts that we have right now. I apologize for getting on in sort of a cranky mood, but I am a little cranky when I first wake up, so I do apologize for that. I hope I didn't piss anybody off, but I have been known to piss a few people off, so let's just hope. Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing confirmed is that the Austin police and the FBI and the Texas Rangers have raided a house in Houston. They've lawfully entered the house, apparently with a warrant, and the medical examiner is on the scene, and the detectives are with Heidi's mother. Um, the time where I'm at is 1:23 a.m. The time in Austin, Texas is 12:23 a.m. I always try to acknowledge super chats. If someone sends a super chat and I don't acknowledge you, please forgive me. I'm on other websites. I'm not able to really keep up with the comments at this time. I'm trying my best to find out the latest information for you guys. So please bear with me. Okay, this from Twitter from Jessica Wiley. She says the medical examiner office has just arrived. 24 officers and agents from DPS, Texas Rangers, and FBI are at a home in northwest Harris County. They told neighbors it's connected to an Austin missing persons case. They are focused on a car in the back. Nothing confirmed other than that. Then a Houston home raided, medical examiner on the scene. It is apparently linked to an Austin missing persons case, but they haven't even said for sure that it is a Heidi Broussard case. But as far as I know, to my knowledge, that's the only high-profile missing case from Austin at this time. Not seeing anything else right at this time. Okay. No news outlet that I'm seeing is confirming anything at this time. It looks like there won't be a press conference until the meeting between the mother and the there is news over the police scanner, but it's nothing confirmed. So that might be what police or people are going off of. Mallory Simmons says Megan has deleted her Facebook. You guys are very welcome. I hate that we had to come on this time of night for this reason. So just bear with me, guys. I got to grab something here. I'm going to try to stay up as late as possible to see. I do have some vacation time. I might have to take the day off tomorrow, but we'll take it minute by minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. If anybody sees anything come up that I missed, please let me know where I can go. Kel's living life. She's being my backup tonight. She's sending me so many messages. Thank you, Kelly. I really can't type nothing to say thank you, but I know you're listening, so thank you very much. There is information going across the Houston police scanner, but I do not want to report information like that because it could be Grumpy Granny. The news right now is this is the only thing we know at this time for sure. The Austin Police Department, the FBI, and the Texas Rangers have raided a home in Houston. The medical examiner has been called to the scene. Apparently, they are focused on a car parked in the back of the residence. And it appears that Megan, a friend of Heidi's for about 26 years approximately, friends from childhood, it seems like may be involved in possibly her disappearance. We do not have anything confirmed other than they have raided a home with a warrant in Houston. The medical examiner is on the scene. Detectives are with Heidi's mother right now, and we are waiting for some sort of update on top of all of this breaking news. There is information over the local police scanner. Actually, I might be able to. Now, if I am able to pull up this Houston police scanner. Now, just remember, guys, this would be preliminary information. I'm going to see if I can do this. I don't even know I can. So this is Harris County, where this is going on. Okay, Harris County. Oh gosh, there's a lot. Jeez. Okay, so I'm going to have the Northwest Harris County police scanner running here. This would be preliminary information.
From the HPD.
Okay, so I've got the Houston Police Department on my phone as a police scanner. So, and now just remember, guys, this would be preliminary information. This will not be anything confirmed. Okay, this is 8 minutes ago from Jessica Wiley.
871, 1 by Texas deal.
For she's a news reporter. This is 8 minutes ago.
Repeating 36111664. Last name Pastor Whiteman.
She's reporting 8 minutes ago that a body has been removed from the location tonight. Medic 10 responded to the house for a 1-month-old female for an evaluation. She had no obvious injuries but went to hospital for evaluation. So apparently this is from ABC 13. A body has been removed. And a 1-month-old, they said 1-month-old female taken to the hospital for evaluation.
Here's EL for subject Castro's eligible expires 2021. Clear your warrant.
I know, Grumpy Granny. It's according to what we know for now, Grumpy Granny, the baby is alive and well. No obvious injuries. It has been taken for evaluation. Sue Shaw, this is from ABC 13 Twitter page. A body has been removed from the location. I do have the Northwest Harris County, Texas police scanner running on my phone. This would be preliminary information, anything we hear on the scanner, but it would be information. Shannon Uncensored, we're not sure at this time. We don't even know if this is Heidi. Apparently the house is the house of her best friend from childhood, a friend of 26 years. So apparently they've known each other since they were 7 years old. Apparently this Megan girl was supposed to be pregnant around the same time, and apparently she said it's been reported that she had a baby, but the baby wasn't born in a hospital. Now that's all speculation at this point, but the house that is being raided is in Houston, Northwest Harris County.
Houston, you can put a same 30 on it, it's clear. That's clear.
Yeah, Mel, just so you're up to date on everything, this is what we know for sure. So nobody jump to conclusions. This is what we know for sure. The Austin Police Department, the Texas Rangers, and the FBI has raided a house in Houston with a warrant. The medical examiner has been called to the scene. They are focused on a car that is in the back of the residence, and there has been a body removed from the scene. It's not confirmed to be Heidi, but there has been a body removed. And a 1-month-old female baby has been taken to the hospital for evaluation. That is what we know. I do have my phone on the Northwest Harris County police frequency. So, but anything we hear there would only be
I still show him in transport mode to Spears Road.
preliminary.
That's clear. Tom 25 checking.
Mel, that's only speculation right now. There is nothing been confirmed about that. I just checked CNN. I did not see anything about Shane being taken into custody.
3100 block of 1960.
I just checked CNN.com about what the guy that reported on Shane. I did not see anything about that. And just to update, there's nothing that I've seen that Shane has been arrested.
Hey, Paige. LT called me a little earlier and said that the tractor is in the property of one of y'all's farmers, I think. So I think the Oakland should make sure we don't release the tractor. Don't think they will release to them. It's not going to be money. Cool.
We're not sure about that, Jerry. In the reports we have is that that the last text on Heidi's phone was from her friend Megan. Apparently, this is Megan's house, but it's not confirmed. Do not light a cigarette, Don Break. It's not worth it. Jody LV, I'll update you really quickly. The Austin Police Department, Texas Rangers, and FBI have raided a house in Houston with a warrant. They are focused on a car in the rear of the residence. The medical examiner has been called to the scene. A body has been removed, and a 1-month-old female baby has been taken to the hospital for evaluation.
Charles, what is this? Yes, let me show you around Meet the Citizen, 6915 Buskin Lane. Reported advice she saw water near her back door, had no idea where it came from. Also advice she heard a noise at the back door. Wants a deputy to check her backyard. Reference 466 at 1243.
That what you're hearing there is the Northwest Harris County, Texas police scanner. We are monitoring it for the latest coming across the police scanner.
Thank you.
Mel, if you can, post that link, please. Yeah, Mel, I'm glad you're here. I got woke up. I came on cranky and blocked 3 people right off the rip. But I apologize for that because when I get woke up, I'm cranky. And it's not your fault, Kelly. I know you were just trying to help me be able to get up and go live. So thank you really for that. Missy, I have the Harris County Police Scanner running right now live on the feed. Yeah, I don't think, Phoebe, for sure, I don't think you can post links in the comments. I don't think. I'm not sure of that. Yeah, let's all just take a deep breath, relax a minute here, and realize that there's not really anything confirmed at this time. The Lori or Lauren, I can't remember what your name was. I seen it. Lori Walton The medical examiner's office is on the scene at a residence in Houston that was raided by the FBI or Texas Rangers and Austin police. A body has been removed.
Yes, sir.
A
I would
1-month-old female baby has been taken to the hospital for evaluation. That's all we have confirmed at this time. Will you block me if I ask why you blocked the other 3? Yeah, they were disrupting the chat. And I did it when I first come on. I didn't have any mods. I was woke up. I was cranky. I was simply asking, they didn't seem like they wanted to be here, questioning everything. So I was just asking what the purpose of that was, to just disrupt.
Can you say that 4:31? My calls and having a doctor.
I am Coyote. Apparently, this is all breaking news. This is happening here in the last little bit. Oh, yeah, Lori, also the detectives are with Heidi's mother at this time also. That's confirmed. Supposedly, this has something to do with a childhood friend of Heidi's named Megan. And they're saying her Facebook has been deactivated. People are saying it's Megan and Chris's house that was raided. We're not sure about that. It's not confirmed.
32386.
Yeah, they were rude over and over. I kept asking them just to stop. If they didn't want to be here, they could go somewhere else, and they just kept going. So I just blocked them because it was just disrupting chat. I tell everybody, you're welcome here, but if you disrupt the chat, you will be blocked. And pretty much that's the only rule I have, is just keep this a calm, respectable room. If you have there's a difference in having a difference of opinion and just completely disrupting the whole chat. Yeah, that's I heard that also, that Megan was in the delivery room when Margot was born.
White Dodge.
Chris is Megan's boyfriend. We're not sure of that, or I'm not.
Timberline Homes Domestic Disturbance Prevention.
The latest update we have from Jessica Wiley is from 22 minutes ago, that a body was removed from the location tonight. That's the latest update we have. Oh, MO3Gs, I know it was real. I received it. I woke up to it. And yeah, I think I did the right thing too, but I was cranky. I had just woken up, so they might have just caught me at a wrong time. I do apologize. I'll unblock them tomorrow.
Suspicious person, we're under control.
Okay, this said missing persons control, so let's see what they say here.
Sir, South 42. Checking.
Thank you, Phoebe. I appreciate the backup from you guys. I do appreciate your support. I really do. I am checking all websites all over the place
Hudson, a blue shirt and black pants, pushed her. There's also alarm disturbance going on. Something about a possible stabbings and reporting callback request cancel. Just for units to check by.
Hey. Clear.
Single Springs on Charles Mary 3140. It's going to be a green Honda.
Tracy Morgan. Are you the Tracy Morgan? The FBI, Texas Rangers, and Austin police have raided a house in Houston. The medical examiner's been called to the scene. A body has been removed, and a 1-month-old female baby has been taken to the hospital for evaluation. Detectives are meeting with Heidi Broussard's mother at this moment. Nothing confirmed on who the body was. Yes, Medic 10 removed a 1-month-old female baby to the hospital for evaluation. Yeah, Kelly, get it right. Jeez. Thank you, Grumpy Granny. Thank you. Are you the Tracy Morgan, Tracy? Just out of curiosity. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Yeah, you guys, you don't have to thank me. Yeah, this may be a lot more complicated than we think. I'm going to try to stay with this as long as I can, guys.
85 checking. I'm located on 1 Last Rock. You can put me in there, sir.
Nikki, the rumor is that Megan's baby was born, but not at a hospital. So, I mean, that what do we gather from that? Yeah, let's all pray for Heidi's mom.
You know 0959 for a gate code.
Thank you, Millie Moo. Thank you. Appreciate the super chat, guys. Yeah, Lara, it's a heartbreaking case, that's for sure. The noise you hear here is the Northwest Harris County police scanner. That's sort of what it sounded like, Gypsy. And I guess supposedly Heidi and this girl Megan had been friends for about 26 years. Since they were like 7 years old. Apparently, Megan was in the delivery room when Margot was born.
David 11, you can disregard. David 11, sure, thank you.
Yeah, if we hear it on the scanner, though, it will be preliminary. It won't be anything confirmed.
107, under control.
Thank you, Millie. Well, the house being raided is in Northwest Harris County, so that's what I set the scanner frequency to. Thank you, Mary. So we're actually listening to yes, Jody, Heidi's mother is with detectives right now. Janet, nothing confirmed. We do know a body has been removed from a residence that was raided this evening. Thank you, Little Books. Appreciate that. Walt, I received an email from one of Heidi's friends. That's a good point. I am Cody, possibly. I'm pretty sure deceased body, Tracy. The 1-month-old female baby that was taken by a medic to a hospital for evaluation. Yeah, a family member emailed me, Walt. I'm gonna go check something real quick. Okay, nothing new from ABC 13 at this point. Yeah, best friend of 26 years apparently, Lara. MO3G. It's it would have to be mental illness of some sort. I don't see how any sane person could do this. BronMoxley@gmail.com. It would just have to be mental illness. There could be no other explanation. Yeah, Breege or Brig, however you pronounce it. It's just terrible. Yeah, I'm following Twitter. I have the police scanner on the Northwest Harris County police frequency. It doesn't appear that anyone's been arrested at this point. Excuse me. It's a very different world we live in today, guys. Thank you, Cagney Walker. Thank you. It definitely is a strange case. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Michelle. Just trying to find out some information. I've got Kelly is scanning other Twitter sites for us right now. We have the police scanner on the Houston Police Department. Yeah, if she would be deceased, we wouldn't get any confirmation until. Well, we're not sure, Bam Bam. We don't have any idea of that yet at this time. The news, Nicole R., is that the Austin Police, Texas Rangers, and FBI have raided a house in Northwest Harris County, which is Houston. Apparently, it's a childhood friend of Heidi named Megan. They have removed a body. The medical examiner has removed a body from that residence. And there was a 1-month-old female baby taken to a local hospital for evaluation. Appears no injuries to the baby. Preliminary examination. If I miss any comments or anything in the next little bit, I am checking websites for any confirmation of any updates at all. The latest update from ABC 13 is from 37 minutes ago about the body being removed from the location.
Every 38.
That is what it's looking like, Nicole R., but no confirmation yet of who the body. We do know a body was removed, but it's not been confirmed the identity. And Walt, you are correct. It appears that the baby was found alone. So apparently, whoever's house this was, they fled. It's what it's looking like. Not sure, Lara. Not sure.
56259 Henry 3.
This is really. I'm sorry for being quiet, guys, and not saying anything. I'm just kind of thinking in my head. It's tragic. I do have to use the bathroom. I will be right back. I'm not going to mute that way in case anything comes across the police scanner. You guys can hear it.
Team, checking.
1400.
Back, guys.
One oh two on District 1. What's the 1031 up there? You can sign the next available unit. 3 seconds.
We're not sure, Rain Dancer.
You're clear. GPS 102.
And checking to see if y'all are tracking a stolen vehicle. We heard it on one of our radios, just not sure which channel it was.
Vehicle recovery, but we're not tracking anything, sir. Number 38 checking.
Just checking websites, guys. No new updates from ABC 13. Possibly Nicole R. Pretty much the only thing confirmed is a body was removed by the medical examiner. Yeah, that update 44 minutes ago. Okay, Perry. For all we know for certain, the Austin Police Department, the Texas Rangers, and the FBI have raided a home in northwest Harris County, which is in Houston, Texas. They raided it with a warrant. The medical examiner has been called to the scene. A body was removed by the medical examiner. Thank you, Jen. And a 1-month-old female baby was taken by ambulance to a local hospital for evaluation. Pinker Thinker, apparently nobody has been arrested. It sounds like whoever lived at this residence has fled. and left the baby alone. Now, that's not really confirmed. Yeah, pretty good possibility, Walt. All right, Pinker Thinker, thank you. Someone flipped the cough off about these two people who have fled. Nobody leaves a 1-month-old alone unless there's a damn good reason, like fear of arrest. Yeah, definitely. Little Books, if you're still in the chat, thank you. All right. Yeah, this is devastating, but it's nothing confirmed yet. Yeah, Heidi would have trusted the girl. Heidi would have trusted this girl too, and that's the sad part. Heidi texted her the morning she went missing about her nipples hurting from breastfeeding. Thank you, Jen. Thank you very much. Very appreciated.
Yeah, show me out on that call on Spring Cypress and Taylor. It's going to be a stranded motor vehicle. Need a record.
The latest update from ABC 13 is the same as it was 44 minutes ago. No new update.
Transporting one deputy, one male inmate from 1200 Baker to MPC 546.
She reported advising her noise near his house, banging noise near the location. Thought someone banged on the door. Reported he's unarmed. Has a dog inside. Dog was barking. It's reference 650 at 115.
Yeah, James, see, that is correct. The baby had no apparent injuries, was only taken in for evaluation. That stuff really works good to open you up when you're stopped up. Some kind of nasal spray. Fast acting. Been stopped up for a few days. Yeah, God bless her parents for sure. This is tragic. I think that's what that is. It's me. It's the generic of Afrin. Works really good for me. I know after I take it, it unblocks me for a little while anyway.
Okay.
Well, Don, I don't use it very often, just when I really, really need it.
Tom 19 or Tom 18?
Yeah, but it's going to be a district home.
Yeah, this case is really heartbreaking and tragic, and it's just really sad. Janet Williams, it would have to be some sort of mental illness. It would have to be. Yeah, could be a possibility. Drugs, mental illness, or drugs. I mean, there's adoption. I just don't see if this turns out to be true, and this is not confirmed. This is me speculating. But if it turns out to be what it sounds like tonight, with so many babies being up for adoption and people having babies that they don't want, why do this to your best friend? I mean, God. I can't imagine things like this. I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm not mental, or, I mean, in certain ways, but I don't know. This is just.
Stopped at first house on Maple Court. Before he's not following.
Hello, Coffee and Chaos. Welcome.
Originally northbound for a silver Nissan, license plate Henry Victor 3195, moving in and out of main lanes before he was following. Westbound on Boudreaux.
Yeah.
Road.
Mental illness,
And pulled into
jealousy,
the first house
drugs.
on Maple Court. Reference 658. At 119, also not being followed.
That's a good point, Ryan Lee. She would have to formulate this plan. This would not be a spur of the moment. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. I can't imagine it, so I don't know if it would be a spur of the moment or. I mean, Larry, I think the exact same thing. What would make you think you could get away with something like this? That's a good point, Don Break. Jody L.V., I don't think. I used to be really good friends with a former police officer, and he told me one time that around 90+% of people get caught because they have to tell somebody. They can't keep it to themselves. And he's a former police officer, and he told me that if more people could keep their mouth shut, and I'm not condoning keeping your mouth shut during a crime or telling someone, I'm just saying what he told me, that 90+% of crimes are solved because the perpetrator cannot keep what they've done to themselves. They have to tell somebody. Ron Moxley, Cassie sent you a super chat and asked for your Cassie, my PayPal is, I'll type it down here. Actually, let me do this. Cassie, that is my PayPal right there. And thank you for the super chat. I must have been in the bathroom when I missed it. I apologize. Yeah, that's a very good possibility, Nikki. That's a good point, mobile user. Okay, Marie. Recap, Marie, is that the Austin police, the FBI, and the Texas Rangers raided a home with a warrant in Northwest Harris County tonight. The medical examiner was called to the scene, and there was a body removed from the residence. There was also a approximately 1 month old baby taken to the hospital for evaluation. Apparently, there is no apparent injuries to the baby. All right, Jenny Morse, thank you. I'm actually doing something with the ductwork. I'm trying to see if I can run my ductwork up into my garage so I can set my permanent YouTube studio up in my garage. And you're welcome, JW. Still no new updates from ABC 13. Thank you, Anthony. Hope for Heidi and Margot. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that is true, Nikki. I'm not sure, Perry Farrell. She might not even have a baby. It could have been a fake pregnancy.
That's clear. Do you have a license plate, sir? Can I get you a bed from my location? We got one male complaining about bladder clogs. We've got another passenger bleed from the back of her head. Be advised, passenger needed for bleeding to the back of the head. Yeah,
We do have the Houston police scanner running. For preliminary updates across the police radio. Okay, MO3, where is there anywhere we can, I know that came from a friend. Yes, Justice K, I will. Sorry about that. Trying to find updates right now, guys. Nothing from ABC 13. Just so you guys know, it's not on ABC 13 yet. Apparently, Jan Rock's number 984, the baby is apparently at a local medical facility being evaluated. Thank you, Justice K. Where did you see that, Red Ruby? Perry Farrell, he'll just say he was using that as a ploy to investigate behind the scenes or something. He's never going to admit that he's wrong. Megan Fiera Musca. Lisa Lux, they have raided a house in Houston. They've removed a body. It's speculated to be Heidi. It's not confirmed. They have taken a 1-month-old female baby to the hospital for evaluation. No obvious injuries. It looks like her best friend of 26 years has done this. Twitter has confirmed it. What Twitter website? It's not that I don't believe you guys. I just really need to have a credible news source before I can. Pink Bubblegum, it appears that she was in the trunk of a car behind the residence. Thank you, JW. I really appreciate that. I'm just a YouTuber who enjoys true crime. Braun Moxley at gmail.com. Like I said, guys, it's not that I'm doubting anyone. I just the Twitter people are speaking of this on the news channel from Austin. I have the ABC 13 page pulled up, and they're not reporting it yet. Their last update is from 1 hour ago. Yeah, this is not good, guys. This is definitely not good. I do appreciate the super chat because I probably will be taking off work tomorrow. So it's very much appreciated. Thank you, guys. Thank you, JW. That's a very kind compliment. Not really, Jan. I'm young and dumb and can put up with it. I was going to say the other thing, but that's young and dumb and full of blank. That's what we used to say. Yeah, we haven't had. I hadn't been to sleep very long at all.
John 3285 is going to be at Dodge Silver Charger corridor.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter to me to be the first YouTube channel to report it. I want to be the first to
Vehicles on the
report
beltway, they're
it
down turning
correctly.
and going around northbound and going outbound 290. You can disregard now.
And thank you, Perry Farrell. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Houston Fire Department confirmed baby is Margot. Welcome back, Vicky. Okay, so apparently the family is confirming it, but the detectives were meeting with the family. So this could be okay. Thank you. Thank you, MO3. Don't have it yet, but it could take. There it is. Thank you, Perry. Those are very kind words. So this is heartbreaking news, guys. Yeah, Grumpy Granny, it really is heartbreaking. It really is. Thank you, Avatillo. They picked Megan and her boyfriend up at the hospital. I just must have missed it, Jamie Young. I'm sorry. The chat's moving really fast. And guys, if anyone asks any questions or anything, if I miss it, please forgive me. The chat is moving really quickly. Okay, I don't know where Jay for Justice is getting their information, but I'm on the Austin Twitter news site, and they are not reporting it yet as confirmed as Heidi. So I don't know. Little Books, I told you a few minutes ago. I don't know if you heard me or if you was still in the chat, but I said thank you for the PayPal. Thank you so much for that. That's very kind of you. Okay, MO3, thank you for that. Oh, thank you, Kelly. JW, all that information will probably come out in some sort of discovery before a trial would happen. All right, Pinker Thinker, grab you a smoke and join right in. Okay, Kingslayer, thank you guys. Yeah, Perry Farrell, I agree with that statement completely. The longer she was missing, the more bleak it seemed it was going to be. But to think that her best friend of 26 years could be involved in this is just disturbing. It would have to be, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, mental illness. There's no other. A armchair detective is saying Shane sold the baby. Okay. Armchair detective saying any kind of information like that is just loose and reckless. Oh, AD sub saying it. Okay. Well, thank you, Jan. Thank you, 984. I appreciate that. Armchair detective and his loose lip theories are going to get him in trouble. He always talks about caring and do acts of kindness, and when you report something like that you have no idea is true, that's just reckless.
The disturbance with David Lemon on Kirkendall.
Yeah, they're up.
Now, guys, what you're hearing in the background is the Houston, Texas police scanner. Okay, so from ABC 13, they're still just updating that a body was removed from the location tonight. There is no confirmation on the news channels that, and please, guys, don't think that I'm discounting what you guys are telling me. I'm talking about confirmed from a news service. Yeah, I seen that, Phoebe. I seen that. That was unbelievable. No, Perry, it's not. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, a lot of YouTube channels like to be the first to come out with information. I would rather be the first to be definitely confirmed 100%. And like I said, please, guys, don't take that as any sort of offense or anything like that. Yeah, Vicky, it is a discussion. We can have a discussion here. And well, the scanners here are also digital. You can, the police scanners are really expensive. They're like $600 to buy a police scanner that will pick up the digital trunking channels here. We just want to be respectful and correct, Don Break. That's a very good point. We want to be correct and respectful to the family. And I do understand, guys, that the person on J for Justice is a close family friend. Just please understand why I have to take this route.
Your shooting route was Charles 2257 on Clinton Road.
Oh, gosh. Jamie, there's actually already a fundraiser started for the mom and dad, and there's a link to it on our Facebook page, True Crime Files. And there's a link to that Facebook page in the description, and it's also on the cover photo of my YouTube channel. Be right back, guys.
8:21. Parties are separated. You can show all units back in service. I'm gonna have some call this.
It's gonna be at 29807 Tomball Parkway, Creek, apartment 375. 29807 Tomball Parkway, apartment 375. Reporting stated that there is a subject in the stairwell near his apartment talking very loudly on the phone. He believes the subject does not live in the apartment building. It appears that he is a younger white male with a jacket, possibly a backpack. On priority 3.
Clear, bro.
Jennifer S. And for people asking what's going on, it appears that the Austin Police Department, the FBI, and the Texas Rangers have raided a house in Houston with a warrant. They were mainly focused on a car that was in the rear of the residence. A body was removed from the residence by the medical examiner, and a 1-month-old baby was transported to the hospital for evaluation. It didn't appear that the baby had any apparent injuries from just a preliminary assessment. And it's sounding like that possibly a childhood friend of Heidi might be involved. A childhood friend of, it sounds like 26 years. The body was removed, was confirmed by ABC 13 channel out of Austin or Houston. It's True Crime Files, Larney. There's a link in the description, and there's also a link on my YouTube cover page. Yeah, there's been a body removed from the residence that was searched tonight. Nobody's been cleared as of yet.
All right, show me everything.
The latest update from ABC 13 is just that there's been a body removed a little bit over an hour ago. Perry Farrell is 254 where I'm at. It's 154 in Austin, Texas. No, I haven't heard really anything on the police scanner yet.
Hofmeister.
Why is Jan Rocks being blocked now? I didn't know Jan Rocks was being blocked. Tracy, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody blocked anybody. She isn't blocked. She retracted her comments. She retracted her own words, Tracy. You can do that. Everybody just take a deep breath. Tracy, she retracted her words. Yeah, mine too, Anthony. My heart is filled with sadness too. This is very upsetting to me. Um, Hello, Abby. How are you tonight? Larney, chat's moving really fast. I apologize. There's a link in the description, and there's also a link on my cover photo on my YouTube page. If you go to the description on my YouTube channel, the link to the YouTube page is there, and also on my cover photo on my YouTube. It's also called True Crime Files. So if you go to Facebook and just search True Crime Files, you'll see it. Trying to keep it updated with this ABC 13 channel. She hasn't had an update in a little over an hour. Entropy increases. It's family confirmed, but it's not officially confirmed. Larney, there you go. Mel BBM has posted the Facebook page in the chat. It's apparently is family confirmed, but it's not officially confirmed with a police statement or any official announcement. And if it is confirmed, just like Kelly just said, it looks like they'll probably release some sort of statement to the media tonight, and then possibly have a press conference tomorrow. I'm going to try to stay as long as I can. I don't think I could sleep with all this going on. And it's looking that way, Elizabeth Elliott, but there's nothing officially confirmed from the police. There's no official police statement at this time. It seems to be family confirmed. I might go all night. I don't know. I don't think I could sleep knowing this was going on. And so as long as you guys want to stay here, and then I can absolutely hold my head up, we'll stay till we hopefully can get a police confirmation. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Not a problem at all. Is the house in Nixon, Texas? The only thing I heard for sure that it was Northwest Harris County. It is 3:05 a.m. here. It's 2:05 a.m. in Austin, Texas. Mel, do you want to come on and talk for a little bit? All right, Anthony, that sounds like a good deal. Yeah, the moderators are doing an excellent job. Basically, we just all need to take a deep breath, and I'm not telling anybody what to do. You're welcome to your opinions and your theories, but just don't. I mean, we're in a situation that's truly heartbreaking tonight, and it's just not really worth arguing or anything, I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna bring Mel on to talk a little bit. She's not gonna have her camera on, but she'll come on and talk a little bit. Yeah, Breege, I appreciate it. I just don't think I could lay down and actually go to sleep. I've got a little bit of vacation time to take before the end of the year, so I'll just take a day tomorrow. Or I might even just take a day off without pay, depending on what we have happen tonight. I just don't think I could go to sleep with possibly I sent it to your Facebook Messenger mail. And KDF, it's not confirmed from the police or anything like that, but it is. It appears to be confirmed by the family. Yeah, I sent her the link. 984. I sent her the link in Messenger. And that's a good possibility, Freya. Holla.
Hey, don't
Hello.
put a picture on me. I'm sat in my pajamas.
You got to turn the picture off.
I don't know how to do it.
There's
I'm sat in bed.
There should be a button on the StreamYards that shows turn the camera off. It'll say camera.
Oh, yes. I've
Yeah,
done
there,
it.
there you go.
I've done it. I'm sat in bed full of cold. You can't put me on like that.
Oh, I couldn't do it. You have to do it.
I've done it.
You have any updates?
No, there's lots of rumours going around. I mean, Dad with the phone's been on, and he is being a bit naughty. He's confirming lots of things that we're not confirming, and I think we're right not to confirm it, because nobody knows. He confirmed lots of things about 2 hours ago, with another YouTube, J for Justice, but we don't know the facts, so I don't think we should confirm it. And then I've been watching AD's feed, and his lovely subs have decided that Shane was in on it, and he paid for the baby to be kidnapped, which I find absolutely disgusting.
Okay, so Gingy Me is in the chat, and she just said she's holding on all hope against all odds, but Heidi's parents have not been given confirmation yet.
Oh,
Can you see that, Mel?
yes, I can. I hope so. I hope against hope that it isn't Heidi. But it's just the odds against it are wrong. I know. It's so sad.
Yeah, I know. It's heartbreaking.
Right on Christmas. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people did think Shane was guilty, and that is because of the Watts syndrome. I think everybody's on high alert now and looking out for little movements because of Chris Watts. Unfortunately, Shane was obviously scared and frightened and embarrassed, and that's how he reacted. Lots of people laugh in nervous situations, at funerals, at everything. It doesn't mean he was guilty, but because of the Chris Watts profile, people are assuming now that everyone is guilty, which is sad.
Yeah.
Because that's how Chris Watts has made the world.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that so Gingy just said it is Margot and she's fine, but we still don't know for sure about Heidi. So she's confirming that it is Margot that's at the hospital, I guess, for evaluation, but it's not confirmation. I guess they just have it, 100%. The parents might have to go down and identify Heidi, and apparently Houston is about 2.5 hours away from Austin, so that might be the reason for the delay. But I agree completely with you about we're on. We analyze every little thing of an interview after the Chris Watts case. So.
Yeah, I think everybody does. I think everybody's on high alert when they see that, because I think obviously Chris Watts was just ridiculous. I mean, none of us ever seen anything like that, and I hope to God none of us ever witness anything like that again. But because of that, everybody now is watching all these things where psychologists have said, oh, the Glee syndrome and everything else, and unfortunately we're all jumping to conclusions before we even see the facts.
Yeah. So and
there was a
that
lady
goes to show also that these experts that say these certain signs prove that you're guilty is kind of not necessarily true in all cases. It might be an indicator, but it's not necessarily true. Thank you, Millie.
There was a lady on Dad with a phone, and I'm not advertising him, by the way, guys. He's just someone I do watch. He's not as good as Braun. Just want to get that in. She had a lady on from Australia. The Australian crew in the house might know she is. I think she's called Missy Jane. She was on a couple of nights ago, and she's a psychologist in Australia, a renowned psychologist who has her own chat show. And she said from the get-go that Shane wasn't guilty.
Yeah.
From the get-go, she said he's not guilty. He's just scared, frightened, and embarrassed. And she said, unfortunately, some people who haven't got really high IQs react like that. And she was spot on about him. She was spot on. She said he wasn't guilty from the get-go. So
yeah.
And she's renowned psychologist and psychiatrist. So.
And I'm not stealing Alan Vinnycomb's name, but a lot of us are armchair detectives. Admittedly, we like to, analyze these cases when they're unfolding before our eyes. So,
well, if you think about it, Chris Watts was brought in by the police within 24 hours.
Yeah.
The Texas police were saying they didn't have a person of interest within a week.
Yeah.
So
there must be a reason. They must have been reassured some reason that they didn't think he was a person of interest, even though a lot of us were saying he was already guilty.
Well, the person who allegedly is involved,
right,
has been, and I'm saying allegedly, and I'm not going to say his name because it's a male and a female. Me and you have been I've been sending messages to you and all our mods all week about this certain person. He's been very vocal all over Twitter, all over Heidi's site, all over Facebook. And I was reading on a Facebook post earlier of one of Heidi's friends. That's what made the police look at him, because of the stuff he was actually writing on all social media.
Yeah.
And apparently, the girl who's involved, and this is allegedly, but it's written by Heidi's friend, the police interviewed her earlier on in the week.
I'll still be able to hear you. I'm just walking over here for a second.
Yeah, between him and her, the alleged perpetrators, they tried to make a hate campaign against poor Shane all over social media. I mean, if you remember, Braun, I sent you some of them posts that they were writing about Shane on social media.
Yeah.
So between the two of them, they've tried to do a hate campaign on social media. So apparently that was one of the reasons why they come to the attention of the police.
Yeah.
We've been watching their posts all week, because I've been sending you them, the vile stuff they were saying about poor Shane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, none of us know what's happened. We can't say.
Okay, so hang on a second. Gingy Me says she's going to leave now, but she just got word officially that it was Heidi.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And that came from Gingy Me.
Gingy, I'm so sorry. Sending love and prayers. Oh, Braun, what can you say?
I don't know. It's unbelievable.
I mean, you hear about these people doing this for a baby, but it doesn't happen in the UK. The last time this happened in the UK was a girl from my hometown where I live, and it was about 23 years ago, and it was in St. Thomas's Hospital in London, and they got the baby back in 2 weeks. And that's why they ended up putting all cameras and things in hospital. It just doesn't happen in the UK, because houses are so close together. Have a good day at school, darling. Because houses are so close together and people are so close together.
Yeah.
Not everything's so vast as it is in America.
I tell you what, it's unbelievable. If it's true that it's the friend of 26 years, it would have to be mental illness. I don't see any other thing it could be. To think that they could do something like this and get away with it.
If she's lost a baby, well then, you know, you can get postpartum psychosis, as you know. I'm a nurse, you get postpartum psychosis. Postpartum psychosis, you completely go into a different zone. You could do anything. I mean, some ladies who have postpartum psychosis won't even recognise their own child or their own family. I mean, you just go, and if she has lost a baby and she's got depression and she's gone into postpartum psychosis, now I'm not excusing her, but mental illness is a serious thing. We could possibly excuse the female in the situation, but we can't excuse the male. He hasn't had a baby, lost a child, got postpartum psychosis, if that's what it is.
Now, you being a nurse, what exactly is postpartum depression?
Right, postpartum depression is the most severe depression you can get after having a baby. Lots of women get baby blues after having a baby. We all get baby blues.
Right.
It's the rush of hormones removing from your body after you've given birth. But most women perk themselves up. Some women don't, and they go on to have postnatal depression. And basically, it's the serotonin in your brain. It's the loss of extra hormones in your body. So sometimes some women need a little tablet to bring the serotonin back up, and most women come out of it okay. Postpartum psychosis is a total different off the scale mental illness. People have murdered while they've had postpartum psychosis. People have murdered their own children because they believe things like that. If they get a thought in their head, so it's psychosis, so they're really psychotic. The people believe that a baby could be the devil. They could believe the partner could be the devil, so they stab the partner to try and stop them from getting to the baby. That's what real postpartum psychosis is. So it needs to be treated on an inpatient basis straight away in a mother and baby unit, in a specialist unit.
Yeah. And for you
So
guys that don't know, Mel is a nurse in the UK, and she delivers many babies, and so she's familiar with things like this. So it has to do with a chemical imbalance in the brain, basically, after
yes, it
childbirth.
does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And also, obviously, when you give birth, the amount of hormones that you lose from your body, that you've had in your body whilst you've been pregnant, makes you, that's where you get what people call it the baby blues. But unfortunately, it happens completely different to mothers who have postnatal depression or postpartum psychosis.
Okay.
And postpartum psychosis is very difficult to diagnose. It usually only gets diagnosed if you've got a good partner or good family who see that you're acting in a psychotic way or saying psychotic things like, I don't know, you could make random statements like, I'm not letting the baby's dad touch the baby because he's this or he's that, or, you know, and they totally believe what they're seeing and what they're saying. They totally believe it. But like I'm saying, that does not excuse the man if the man's involved in this.
Yeah. So now, for instance, like, do a lot of women that suffer from postpartum depression, do they try to hide it from family members, or is it something like a stigma attached to it, that they don't want anybody to know, or is
Well,
it?
it usually starts, after speaking to some ladies who've had it, it usually starts from trying to be perfect when you've had a baby, trying to get back to the perfect figure. There's too much emphasis nowadays on being the perfect mother, having your home perfect, coming out with the perfect figure. And it's usually pressure like that starts it. So they try to do too much, and then they have a bit of a breakdown with the depression, and then it gets worse. But they do usually try to hide it. But the thing is, postnatal depression, you usually can hide until literally you can't get up off the floor one day. Postpartum psychosis, you can't hide. If you're genuinely going to go into postpartum psychosis, you're going to be making off-the-wall statements and have off-the-wall behaviour. And family and friends should be looking at that and thinking, wow, that's not depression. And also, you do have a health visitor and a midwife who come out for 2 weeks after in the UK and visit you every day. I don't know if they have that in America, but in the UK, you've also got to visit your health visitor with a newborn baby every 2 weeks, or they come out to you. And they're the professionals who pick up on this.
Right. Well, now let me ask you this: with postpartum depression, can it go away on its own, or does it have to be treated with medication?
No, it can't go away on its own. It has to be
So
treated.
they can't just, like what a lot of people say, just snap out of it. They can't just snap out of it, right?
No, that's rubbish. Of course they can't. It needs to be treated. It's a chemical imbalance in their brain, and it really affects women, and they need to go into a specialist unit and get loving care and be able to learn to bond with the baby. A lot of people who have postpartum psychosis can't bond with their newborn baby either. So they literally just shut themselves off and go into a psychotic state. They have like a psychotic episode. So they need help, they need treatment, and they need counselling and talks with psychologists and all sorts of specialist help. But they will recover. All mums recover from it. It's not permanent, but it's not a very nice situation to be in.
Yeah.
But like I say, we could excuse the one person for that if allegedly, as people are saying, the other person's involved. Well, we can't excuse him because he's obviously party to the situation. So, I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on him, on whether.
Well,
I mean,
I've not really had any personal dealings with it, like up close and personal. I've heard of it, and but nobody I've really ever known or been close to has went through it. I hear it's really detrimental to the mental health of a new mother. So not only is she going through this depression right after birth, she also has a very needy brand new baby that needs taken care of while she's going through this, which to me would seem like it would double up on her if you ask me. But I don't know. I'm not a woman and I've never been in that situation, so it's hard for me to say.
A lot of ladies who go through postpartum psychosis.
Now, you call it postpartum psychosis. We call it postpartum depression. Is it the same thing, or is it? You just call it different?
Postpartum depression is baby blues. A lot of women get the normal baby blues, but they pull themselves out of it. And then a lot of women go on to have postpartum depression, which is just normal depression after having a baby, which will take a couple of months to clear up, but you do need a little bit of help with some medication just to bring the balance of the serotonin back up in your brain. Postpartum psychosis is people who go into a psychotic episode.
Okay, so let me bring this up to you. Just as there's a lady in the chat named Angela Perisky. Can you see her comment there? And if you want to respond to that.
Well, postpartum depression, I did say, if you listened to me earlier, can go away on its own. I said some mothers do need medication. If you go back and listen to me, and Braun can verify this, I did say it can go away on its own, but some mothers do need some medication. So if you watch the program back, you'll see I did say that, Angela.
Yeah, I think with your accent, it sounded like you said can't, but you said can, I believe so.
Yeah, it's my accent, sorry, and I'm full of cold.
Yeah. Everybody's cold in the UK. Do y'all not have heat over there, or what's the deal?
Yeah, well, it's red hot, but it's been -2. But yes, depression can go away. You don't always need medication, but some women do, and that's what I said earlier. Some women do need medication. Some women can get rid of it themselves if they've got a good family surrounding them and help and get counselling. You don't always have to have medication. But if you go back, Angela, in the chat, you'll see I did say that.
Okay. So just wanted to see, what, because, discussion's always good. A healthy debate's always good. So.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. I mean, after I had my little boy, our Harvey, I had to get put on, God, I can't even, I think they were called sertraline, because I just couldn't pick myself back up after having Harvey. It was a difficult birth, and we nearly lost him. And then he was poorly for a few days in hospital. And then the first few weeks, he kept having to go back into hospital. And he had chest infection after chest infection. Then he got pneumonia. And that was it. That just sent me off the edge with depression. And I couldn't pull myself out of it. I felt I was scared I was going to lose him all the time. Yeah. So I actually got put on sertraline. And I was actually on it for 6 months, and I actually just weaned myself off it. I mean, it literally knocked my confidence completely, because I'd never had a poorly baby before.
Yeah.
Even though I was a nurse, it's different when it's your own. And he was just in and out of hospital all the time and getting loads of tests. And it turns out he had this thing wrong with his lungs, which he was born with. And it just... you have this idea in your head that your baby's going to be born perfect, and he turned out he had this lung problem, and it sort of made me, quite depressed, and I couldn't pull myself out of it. But I weaned myself off the medication after about 6 months.
Yeah.
So I have had experience of it. Oh my God, Kels, that's so sad. That's so sad. I've just read your comment, honey. What a horrible thing to happen to you.
Okay, here's another from Jessica Madera.
My question is, where mothers end up doing horrible things to harm. Yes, that's right, Jessica. Yep. Yep, there's 2 different types. You're totally correct there. Postpartum psychosis is where mothers end up doing horrible things to harm, whereas postpartum depression, such as myself, mothers end up thinking people will do harm to their child. Yes, you are correct. But also in psychosis, people can think other people are going to harm their child as well. But postpartum depression also makes you not want anyone near your baby. So you are correct. There is there's about 5 different levels, and not everyone will think the same, and everyone thinks differently. It depends what their circumstances are and who is around them.
So it's, I think in the UK it's a lot different than in the United States. It seems like there's still such a stigma here in the United States with mental health, and I don't think it's that big of an issue in the UK anymore, is it?
No, in the UK, we weren't, but the last few years, the amount of male suicides has quadrupled. I mean, in my area alone, I can tell you, within the last 6 months, there's been about 7 male suicides, 3 or 4 happily married men. At my work, where I work, one of our fitters who fitted the machinery in the operating theatres was at work with us on the Friday, and he went home on the Friday night and hung himself. And so we've just had a big memorial for him. He was happily married with a 3-year-old child. Not last year, the year before, one of our doctors killed himself. It seems to be prevalent in males at the moment in the UK. So there's massive campaigns about, mental health matters. Please reach out to someone. Please talk to someone. My door is always open for a cup of tea. That
Right.
type of thing.
Yeah, I think in the United States we want to get away from having that stigma on mental health issues, but it just seems like we can't for some reason, and it's real sad. And a lot of people don't even want to go seek a medical help when they have a mental health issue because of the stigmatism or the stigma that surrounds it. They're oh, well, you're on. People say, oh, well, you're on Prozac. You're crazy, or this, that, and other. It's just ridiculous. Yeah,
I mean, in the UK, in our work, especially in the NHS, I mean, in most people's works I speak to now, employers, we all have counsellors we can access. We've got health and wellbeing. We can go to them anytime, and there's no stigma. I mean, most UK places now, if they didn't employ someone or got rid of someone because they had a mental health issue, unless they were a danger to themselves or the public. So I'm not saying right across the board. I mean, things like anxiety and depression and things like that, just generalised mental health. If they were to get rid of someone, they can be taken to a tribunal and be fined thousands. I mean, mental health in the UK is now viewed, it's the same as a broken leg or a broken bone.
Instead of physical, it's mental. There's an issue. It's just not, with a physical issue, you can see that. And with a mental health issue, you can't see that. That's basically the only difference. They're both medical conditions, right?
People say that mental health and anxiety and all that kind of stuff is a modern disease. It's not a modern disease, because years and years and years ago, it just wasn't spoke of, and we didn't have social media.
They called it a nervous breakdown back in the day. That's what my mom tells me. It was a nervous breakdown.
And when I was young, most mothers, I would say, of my mum's age, were probably all on Valium. And you can't have Valium. It's such an addictive drug. They don't give you that in the UK. I mean, going back to the times in the UK when they used to do, electric shock treatment and things like that. I mean, the UK has come a long, long way forward in treating mental health, which is a good thing, because when we were in the armed forces, when we fest in the armed forces, you didn't dare say, you've been to a war zone and seen horrific things, like we were in Kosovo and Bosnia and the Gulf and things like that. And then when we were coming out towards the army at the end of 12 years, it was all embraced. It was fine to talk about it. But when we first went in the army, you were told to man up. You didn't talk about it. And I mean, you usually got drunk and talked about it with your comrades, but you couldn't go to the army doctor and say, Oh, I feel dead sad because I've seen all that. It just wasn't thought of.
Yeah, because they would basically kick you out of the army, wouldn't they?
Well, a lot of people did get medically discharged, yes, because they had PTSD, and it wasn't recognised. All them yet, it wasn't recognised. I mean, is it recognised in the US now? PTSD.
Well, it is, and you see movies from the U.S. One that comes to mind is a movie called Full Metal Jacket. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yes, I have. Yes.
Well, the way the drill sergeant treats the, I guess the cadets or the recruits
Yes.
or whatever you call them. Now in the U.S. they have, I think, what's called timeout cards, where if a new cadet feels under the stress of a drill sergeant, they can turn in like a timeout card and take a break from the treatment that they're getting. I mean, I don't know. That's just what I've heard. I've never been in the military myself.
Well, in
My
the
dad was in
UK,
the military.
I mean, in the UK, you do like your basic training, you do 12 weeks, then your second phase is 12 weeks, depending on what speciality you want to go into. I mean, the emphasis is really in the army, they've got to break them down to build them back up. I
Right.
mean, when we first went in, we got screamed at like that drill sergeant. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't even dare look up. And I know I've been on the parade ground with a toothbrush on ROPS, which is duties for daring looking the wrong way and not shining something properly. But that's how it was when we went in. Because of the new thing about mental health and all that kind of stuff, things have changed now. They're not as hard as they used to be.
Right.
Because of suicide and things like that. But they still have to break them down to build them back up. Because sometimes I think it's gone too much the other way in the armed forces, because how can you have you heard the phrase snowflakes?
Right. Yeah.
People who complain about everything.
The sad thing with that movie Full Metal Jacket is when he went off in the bathroom and killed the drill sergeant and then killed himself is he had just actually got where he was impressing the drill sergeant with his rifle, with his marksmanship, actually is what it's called, where he was like, he could really shoot a gun on from where, the target. And the drill sergeant was actually like, Private Powell, we finally found something you're good at. So he was actually getting, where he was turning the corner with the drill sergeant, and that's when he finally snapped in the bathroom that night in the movie. So
I don't know if any of our UK subs are still on, but just a quick question: what do they think of how the UK has gone now regarding snowflakes? So now in the UK, even if you say something, I don't know, so mild, you can offend someone. It's like, it's really gone the other way now. Like, if you say anything, you can say something about the weather. It could offend someone. You could say something
same
about...
way here. We live in a world where everyone's offended.
And it's just, I mean, in the US, I feel sorry for people in the US, because it's like a big sue country, isn't it? A lot of people just sue each other and things like that. Whereas we haven't become that far with all these claims and that yet in the UK, but we're certainly getting there.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Kelly, on the screen, if you're still here. It says, Kel's Love and Life. Did you know that you were going through it at the time? Because I didn't realize it until I had 2 babies back to back and then a miscarriage when my 3rd child was 4 months old.
No, the woman doesn't recognise she's gone through it. It's got to be her family. I didn't recognise it.
Yeah. So I would say there will probably, if Kelly's still here, she can answer that if she wants. I don't know if she's still here. I think she does have to get up early, and it's, I think it's 2:40 where she lives. It's 3:40 here where I'm at. And it's
20 to 9 in the morning here.
Yeah.
And I went to bed last night at 3 o'clock. And then I got up at 5:30 because the ping went off to say you were going live. And I literally shot the telly on. And the first thing that come up was Dad with the phone. And obviously he put that misinformation on.
Yeah.
So I think I've had about 2 hours sleep. But my mind's racing. I can't think how Heidi's parents must be feeling it. I just thank God that we've got one saving grace, the baby's still alive. I know that's not going to be any consolation to Heidi's parents at the moment, but it will be in the long run.
Yeah.
Because they'll have something of her. I just can't believe that in the modern world, in this day and age, that people still think they can do this and get away with it. My head's going round and round. Like, how could you just go
Well,
to a friend's
it's
house?
sad that this happens at any time, but especially being just 6 days away from Christmas. And for the person that asked Kelly the question, here's her answer for you. She says, "No, I didn't realize I was going through it. I look back and feel awful for missing so many important things because I wasn't in tune as I should have been with a newborn." So,
Kelly,
no,
Kelly,
Gina,
if you can hear
Heidi did
me.
not commit suicide. Somebody's asking if Heidi committed suicide. No, she did
No,
not.
she never. Kelly, if you can hear me, if it's any consolation, I had a best friend and we were in the army together when I had my little boy, and she used to come up and dress him for me and put him in the pram, and she used to take me to her house all day and she would feed and change my little boy. So if it's any consolation, that's probably why my little boy gets away with murder now, because he's not so much a little boy, he's 11, but he's a proper mammy's boy. But for about the first 9 months of his life, I didn't really change his bum. I didn't really bathe him, and I didn't really interact with him because I had the depression. So you're not the only one, honey. I did it. But what you've got to remember is they don't know that they were babies.
Yeah.
So
and
it's what you do now.
Fathers can't relate to that because they don't go through, your buddies are going through so much chemically, and then also having a newborn baby that needs all this attention when you're having a chemical imbalance in your brain. It's just not only doubling, but tripling and quadrupling all this scenario on you all at one time,
And if you're trying to breastfeed, I mean, women
That's
say
another thing
breastfeeding
on
is
top of
easy.
it.
Breastfeeding is not easy. It's bloody
Oh,
hard.
believe me, my daughter Julia, she was breastfed. I've seen. It's not. Everybody thinks it's a great, an easy thing to do, and that's not necessarily the case.
It's really, you've got all these people wanting to turn up at your home, and you're trying to tidy up, and you're expected to be super mum, and you're expected all these adverts, these programs. They all want women to get back into size 0 jeans again, and life isn't really like that. So I think as women, we should big each other up, because I'm a woman's woman. I'm all for bigging women up. I'm all for being proud of my fellow women, doing stuff, achieving stuff, getting things they do in life, and I'm all for helping women. There's nothing worse than other women pulling other women down. We should be sisters together, and that's my opinion, Bron. That's how I feel.
Right.
Women should support other women. If women supported other women more often, there'd be less sadness, there'd be less bitchiness, there'd be less spitefulness.
Well, I've always seen that it says little girls tear each other down, women build each other up. I have seen that statement.
Yes, and that is so true. That is so true. I mean, if you look at social media, I don't know if any of our viewers have girls of my age. I've got a daughter called Ruby who's 13. She's 5'9" and absolutely stunning. I don't know where she gets it from, not me. But she's got legs for days, and the comments of some of the girls in her school absolutely knock me sick. And I just want to get out of them and throttle them, but I can't. I'm a grown woman. I can't do that.
And
But it's
you
so
said that's your
hard.
daughter?
Yeah, when you see, I mean, Julia, you've got Julia the same age.
Yeah.
When you see how bitchy other girls can be who are around them, it's heartbreaking, because you've got to let them learn that themselves.
Yeah. You want to step in, but if you step in all the time, they're not going to learn important life lessons.
Oh, but don't leave me. I'm glad you loved it, honey. You must have been really good at it. I mean, I breastfed Ruby, but I couldn't breastfed Harvey because I had the depression and I just couldn't get him to latch on. And I think that was one of the things that caused my depression. But he was really, really poorly. He was in that hospital for about 6 or 7 months. So, you know, I'm pleased.
There's a lot of people that's just coming in to let everyone know. The Austin police, the FBI, and the Texas Rangers raided a house with a warrant in Houston tonight or earlier this evening. They was focused mainly on a car in the back of the residence. They did remove a body from the scene, and they have taken a baby, a 4-week-old baby, to the hospital for evaluation. It does appear that Heidi is deceased, which is terribly sad news. But on a good note, the baby does appear to be fine. I have received an email. It says I can release this information. Now, this is not police confirmed. This is just family confirmed. It says that Megan and her husband have been arrested. Now, this is, like I said, this is just coming from family. This is not confirmed by any news source or police agency. It says Megan and her husband have been arrested. Heidi's body was found in the back of the car. Megan was never pregnant and planned this the whole time. They don't have details on how she was killed or even when, and the baby was taken care of. So tragic news this morning.
So is Megan's husband the gentleman we've been talking about all week in our group chat?
He's not the emailer. I know he's not the emailer.
No. The messages I was sending you where they were calling Shane names. That's Megan's husband, isn't it?
From what I understand, yes, but I'm not positive about that. But from what I understand, yes.
From what I'm seeing all over Facebook, the pair of them had a hate campaign all week going against Shane, and they were posting messages in public domains saying some vile stuff about Shane. So I am aware of who they both are because I've seen them in Heidi's group all week, and I've seen them in lots of other.
Okay, so forums. Jessica Madera says there are 2 Chris's. She says no, there are 2 Chris's.
Yes, one's the other Chris, and one. Yes, I know there's 2. I know which one. Yeah, I know there's 2 Chris's. I think.
Okay, so what about this comment? Does breastfeeding help with postpartum depression?
I don't know. I can't really answer that. That's a question I've never asked. Breastfeeding does help with lots of things. I mean, it helps with getting your figure back into shape. It helps you bond with your child. I don't know about postpartum depression, whether it helps with that, because I can't answer that, and I'll be totally honest. I'd have to ask one of the midwives at work that. I mean, I've never heard it can help, but I don't know, so I can't answer that.
Okay, and just so everyone knows, the person named Megan that is supposedly the perpetrator in what's happened tonight is a childhood friend of Heidi. They've been friends for approximately 26 years. From what I understand, Megan, who's responsible for this, was in the delivery room when Margot was born.
So, Bron, was Megan definitely pregnant, or was it a faked pregnancy?
From the email I've received from someone close to the family, it says that Megan was never pregnant and planned this the whole time. It says they don't have details on how Heidi was killed or even when. It says she can't really deal with it. She's lost her shit, but she just wanted to update us. This is from the family. Megan and her husband have been arrested. Heidi's body was found in the back of the car. Megan was never pregnant and planned this the whole time. And apparently she was in the delivery room when Margot was born. So
I've just seen on, I flicked on Heidi's site, and one of the friends was saying that she'd messaged her about breastfeeding, and Heidi, this is what they're assuming, and what apparently Shane has said tonight to some close friends, is that Heidi had ran down the stairs carrying the baby in her arms to take some cream and stuff to the car for Megan.
Yeah.
That's why the door was left open.
Yeah.
Her purse was there and everything else, because she was only running down 2 minutes to pass some stuff over to Megan, because Megan had asked her for some stuff.
Yeah, and apparently that's why the car seat was left, because where Megan faked this pregnancy, she had a car seat.
Did you know they'd put a wish list up? I sent you it, didn't I? Megan and her husband.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I sent you a picture earlier. Did you see the wish list that Megan and her husband had put up?
No, I didn't.
I've sent you it in a picture. It's in one of our group. I don't know whether I sent it to you or in our Moxley crew chat. It's a picture of Heidi and her husband. Megan and her husband, and they had a you know, where you put a wish list up, where people can buy you stuff for the baby. I've sent you it in one of our chats. They had that up, and they told everyone the baby was due on the 1st of December, but they did tell everyone it was a boy.
Yeah, and Phoebe says that Megan, apparently her name's Megan, but she spells it kind of awkwardly, you know, as you can see there. Megan. Phoebe says that Megan texted Heidi at 8:25 that very morning, the last text Heidi ever received. And the fact that they had been friends for 26 years, and, you know, they was 33 years old, or that's how old Heidi was, that means they were probably friends since 1st or 2nd grade. Now, how can you do that to a friend of that long? It has to be mental illness, in my opinion, because you're not going to get away with it. I mean, if anybody was in their right mind, they would realize that they couldn't get away with it. So that's what makes me think that it's okay. It looks like I have a picture here of Christopher and Megan, but I'm not going to show it yet since there's not a release from the police yet. Well, Red, it wasn't. Yeah. So if that's what Red's saying, that she can't use the postpartum depression as a reason for doing this if she was never really pregnant.
No, she can't.
So that's a very good point, Red. And
yeah.
Now I have heard that Heidi was suffering from some postpartum depression. Have y'all heard that too, or is that just something that's?
Yes, I heard that.
The bad thing is with cases like this is, you know, with social media the way it is nowadays, there's so much information that gets put out there, and a lot of it's not true. And you know how that game telephone used to go when we was in school. You know, you'd get in a circle and everybody tell somebody.
There's always,
and then by the time it got to the other side, the story had
two stories, and in between is the truth.
Yeah, 2 stories, and in between is the truth. Okay, so apparently this Christopher Green guy that's been arrested, he posted a story Friday talking about a brother and sister missing. And so he's apparently got a lot of issues, it looks like. I don't know how they felt like they could get away with this. And somebody said a minute ago that Shane's now a single father of 2 kids. He's actually a single father of 3 kids because the baby is still alive. And I don't know where Mel went. We just lost her. So it looks like we've lost Mel. So it's just me now. Heidi found in the car of a friend for 22 years. I think it was 26 years, that claimed to be pregnant but never was. Okay, Mel says she had to come out. Her daughter needs her at the moment. So we'll let you slide this time, Mel. Don't let it happen again. So it's just heartbreaking news out of Austin, Texas this morning that this has happened. Oh yeah, it's just terrible. This is unbelievable. how someone could do this to another human being, let alone a friend of 26 years. I don't understand that. I don't. In a way, I'm glad I don't understand it because I don't really want to. What would make someone do this? Perry asks if we could have 1 minute of silence, and that's fine with me. Michelle's daily blog, it says that they don't know how or when she was killed. They don't know how, and it looks like the motive was she wanted the baby. Apparently, she faked a pregnancy. Okay, guys, here just a second. A lot of us is asking for a minute of silence. So when it turns 3:58, we'll just have a minute of silence, just to say a silent prayer or however you want to deal with it. And I'll let you know when it turns 3:58. Yeah, and now we got to think of poor 6-year-old Silas has lost his mother. It's just unbelievable. All right, it's 3:58. We're going to have a minute of silence for everybody to reflect in their own way. Okay, guys, thank you for that. Hello, Bill. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Somebody was asking, anyone from Houston? I read Heidi's body was retrieved from the car. Baby found alive and Megan arrested. It appears family confirmed. This is not confirmation from the police or anybody like that. But it does appear that Heidi was found tonight deceased in the trunk of the car. Her friend of 26 years, Megan, has what about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2. Some people say it's muffled, some people say it sounds fine. Let me unplug the mic and plug it back up. See if that does anything. Give me just a second. What about now, guys? How does that sound? Okay, good. Sounds like we got the sound back. So I don't know what I was saying, but there's no more updates from ABC 13 at this time. Thank you, Lulu. I actually hate my voice, so just FYI. Yeah, it's not police confirmed, but it is family confirmed. Hello, Helen Stoico. How are you tonight? Welcome. Yeah, you know, this is shattering news at any time, and especially at Christmas. It appears that Heidi's friend of 26 years, Megan, and her husband, Chris, have been arrested. They don't have a cause of death for Heidi or even when she was murdered. Apparently, the last text Heidi ever received was from her friend that done this to her, Megan. Apparently, where she faked this pregnancy, she had a car seat, which is why she didn't have her car seat, obviously. Apparently, she either went to run somewhere really quickly with this Megan girl or what have you, but apparently they've murdered her and took the baby. So at 8:25 a.m., I've heard reports that she called her and that she texted her, so I'm not sure which one. But apparently the last contact Heidi ever had was with her friend Megan, the one that done this to her. And from my understanding, this girl Megan was in the delivery room when Margot was born. Yeah, Breeze, it really is. Heidi was a beautiful girl. She had the prettiest green eyes. Her eyes were just stood out, you know, on her. And every time I look at her, I thought, wow, what beautiful eyes she had. And for me, someone that didn't even know her to notice that, imagine how her family feels. You know, that's watched those eyes grow up all their life, and now that she's gone, just utterly, just out of the blue, tragic. It's senseless. What would make these? How could you watch the birth of her baby and then take her life? That's a good question. How could you? It seems to me like it would just have to be mental illness. Nikki, they said the house that was raided was in Northwest Harris County. Okay, Mel, got it. I see your message. Thank you. Yeah, from what the family is telling me in an email, that apparently she's planned this for about 9 months, probably maybe since she found out Heidi was pregnant even. But I don't guess there's really no way to know that for sure. And just if she faked a pregnancy, she would have to be at least planning it for 9 months, in my opinion. Now that's my opinion. That's my commentary. Well, Lulu, she was telling people she was pregnant. It seems like she was never pregnant after all. That this was a story that I guess when she took the baby, that'd be the reason that she all of a sudden had a baby out of from nowhere. Thistle, it maybe just if she might have been a controlling wife and said, "You're going to help me do this." Who knows? I mean, I have no idea. That's what it looks like, Ivy. It looks like Megan was, from the email I received a few minutes ago, Megan was never pregnant. She had planned this the whole time. It's not Christopher Hurst. I think his name is Christopher Green, and I think Megan Green, I believe. Yeah, she was a friend of Heidi's, a 26-year friend. They apparently had known each other since like 2nd grade, I believe it said. So it's heartbreaking news this morning, guys. We kept holding out hope, but we all knew that the longer she was missing, the more bleak the hope was becoming. So my sound is muffled again. Pixie Mermaid says they met in Bible camp as teens. Megan Humphrey and Chris Green. Thank you, Cheeky Cannon. Thank you for that. Yeah, Tammy, who needs enemies with friends like that? That is, yeah, Tamara, that's apparently a friend of 26 years done this to her. Tamara, apparently this girl that done this was in the delivery room when Margot was born. All right, Mollinator, you have a great day. I guess I'm going to try to come on tonight, guys, but I'm going to take off today from work, because it's 4 a.m. and no sleep. I probably will come on so I might try to get up. I'm sure there'll probably be a press conference tomorrow, which is going to be a really sad press conference. I'll try to get up and cover that. I'm in shock, guys. I really am. I was hoping for the best, but the more days went by that she wasn't found, it was you didn't think it was going to end well. Yeah, Brianna, but I don't think I could go to sleep with all that's happened tonight. Stuff like this really affects me. It really does. Especially when when you followed the case like this for 8 days now. Okay, I'm just looking at some pictures. Somebody sent me some pictures. One of them is Heidi and Megan together. Unbelievable. How could you do this to a friend? Someone that you was in the delivery room when she was born. I just don't get it. It just is. It's heartbreaking. It really is. Damn. And then, there's been a spotlight on this case, and this happens more than we realize. Yeah, Kelly Dornan, my heart's broken too. It really is. Yeah, I mean, I have a daughter at 13, and God Almighty, I just don't know. I don't know. 2 a.m. here, 1 a.m. down the street where your husband's working. I lived in a, well, I didn't live there. I went and stayed in a town one time where if you was in the eastern part of the county, you was in the eastern time zone. And if you was in the western part of the county, you was in central time zone. And that really always messed with me. And then you think of the four corner states where all four states meet there at a corner. Imagine the trust Heidi had in her, and then she murders her. It appears that way, Sasha. Yeah, Heidi was their only child. I just don't understand. This girl, she's been her friend for 26 years. Now, when is she sitting around and starts thinking that this is a good idea? I mean, wouldn't her husband be like, really? How could you even think something like this? And then again, he could have been the kind of guy that went along with everything she said. Maybe he talked her into it. Who knows? It's just sad. Elizabeth, you have a good day. I'll probably see you later on today. I'm sure I'll get up and cover the press conference. I'm going to take today off. There's no way I can go to work with no sleep. And thank you guys earlier for all the super chat. That'll help cover taking the day off. So thank you guys for that. It's much appreciated. I just cannot believe this has happened. Well, I read, I think you're thinking of a different Christopher. This is not the Christopher Hurst guy. This is Chris Green. Hey, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, Kelly, I agree with that. Well, thank you, Mary. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Thank you, guys. Hello, Bridget Parker. How are you tonight? Yeah, Bridget, I cannot either. It's heartbreaking. Really no other way to describe it. Yeah, Yeah, and if that is the case, Lynn, I'm sure they will have to come to some sort of conclusion on that. For instance, if it turns out that the baby isn't Shane's, I'm sure the court will say that the baby needs to be with the biological father, which that could cause some red tape. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Yeah, Des, that's correct. 984, over to you tonight. Yeah, this is just completely and utterly destroyed a whole family. Lynn says she just read a paternity test will be done. So it's not the absolute worst that news we could have got, because thank God the baby is alive and well, but still very, very heartbreaking. I'm sitting here, guys. I'm not saying much because I really don't know what to say in situations like this, because I start thinking in my mind, what would have made this woman sit around and think this is a good idea to do my friend of 26 years like this? I do not understand it. But guys, I've been on for about 3.5 hours. It's 4:20 in the morning. I'm going to try to get a couple hours sleep. I will set my alarm to get up so I can cover the press conference. I'm sure there will be one. It doesn't look like we might get an update tonight, so I'm going to try to get a couple of hours sleep. So just to let you guys know, I'm going to lay down for a couple hours. I will set my alarm so I can get up and cover this press conference. I'm sure they'll announce one later today. Thank you guys for all the super chat. It's much appreciated. It really is, especially this time of year. I do love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Please like the channel. I hate even saying that when something like this is going on, so don't even worry about that. I'm sorry I said that. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later on today. And let's all just pray for each other and pray for this broken family now. You guys have a good rest of the evening, morning, wherever you're at. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.